The ruling All Progressive Congress has constituted 68-member National Convention Committee. The list of the committee members were released by the party National Secretariat over the weekend in Abuja. The list of the committee indicated that the governor of Jigawa State, Abubakar Baderu, will chair the committee, while the governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, will be his deputy. Senator Ben Wangomojo was named as a member secretary. Also listed as a member of the committee are 10 state governors and some members of the National Assembly, among others. The governors are Rochas Okrocha Imo, Kashim Shettima Bruno, Aminu Masari Katsina, Abiola Ajimobi Oyo, Ibrahim Gedem Yobe, and Ahmed El-Rufai Kaduna. Others are Simon Lalong Plateau, Bindo Jubrila Adamawa, Yaya Bello Kogi, and Godwin Obaseki Edo. Current President of Senate Ken Namani is also a member. The senator in committee as Ahmed Yerima Adamu Ailero, Danjuma Goje, Abdullahi Adamu, George Akume, suspended Senator Ovio Omagege, Andrew Shendu, Abdullahi Dambaba, Baba Kuka, and John Enoch. Two serving ministers are also in the list. They are Chris Ngige, Labour and Productivity Minister, and Ugru Useni, Minister of Niger Delta. The presidency has said over the weekend that President Buhari will only name his running mate for the 2019 presidential election after he might have emerged as the candidate of the All Progressive Congress. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, said this in an interview in Abuja. Shehu explained that only candidates in election nominated running mates, and Buhari had yet to become a candidate but still an aspirant. He recalled that Buhari nominated Osinbajo as his running mate for 2015 presidential election at the point when, as then the candidate of the APC, the presidential spokesman added, "There's a way these things are done." When was the vice president nominated for the ticket? If you recall, it was in December 2014 after President Buhari won the party primary. It was done at the point of filling the nomination form. As preparations for 2019 general election continue to gather momentum, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has been called upon to work closely with the registered political parties in order to achieve each success. The national chairman of the United Democratic Party, Godson Okoye, made a call in a chat with Ben Television in Abuja. Okoye said political parties are strategic partners of the National Electoral Body for each free election.
INEC should, for now, collaborate properly with political parties because the major participants and stakeholders in any election, at least according to the constitution of the country, are the political parties. You must liaise with them, you must discuss with them, carry them along in your plans you're making. Because if political parties, by constitution, don't field candidates, there won't be an election. For now, it's the political parties that are authorized by the constitution to field candidates. Most of the cases, in fact, in the ballot papers, you see it. It's not the number of individuals, it's the number of political parties that are there. So they're the major stakeholders. So there is need for that synergy between the political parties and INEC. They need to understand what they're doing. In countries I don't even need to go far, in countries like Ghana, the political parties get involved with the electoral body as to what the ballot papers should be, as to where they are printed, and as to how they are distributed.
The United Democratic Party national chairman also asked the political class to put the national interest first in their dealing.
We must have a national interest. And once that is defined, it drives every other thing. But because we lack it, we're still groping in the dark. The national interest is the touchstone of what the direction any country should go. We lack it. And that's part of the reason when we try to define our foreign interests. Our foreign interests, I mean, it was also as buncombe as not having it. When you say Africa is the centerpiece of your foreign policy, is that not funny? It's the height of folly for you to say Africa is the centerpiece. Why not Nigeria is the centerpiece of your foreign policy? So we don't, because we don't have, you see, you can't give what you don't have. Because we lack a national interest, that's why Africa had to be like the direction of what we need to do. So that's why I say in a short lesson, because there is no national interest, it's difficult really for the politics of Nigeria to be as vibrant as it should be, to be very active as it should be, and should be as articulate as it should be. It should be more articulate than this.
Speaking on the declaration for the second time in office by President Muhammadu Buhari, Okoye said his fate will be decided at the poll.
So if they realize that it's a mistake, it is also in their capacity to make adjustment. But if they believe that what is doing is right, it is also in their capacity to vote him again. But having said that, by any stretch of imagination, I don't think it's proper and right to say there are no credible candidates. It depends on how you're rating the credibility and what you expect of that person. Yes, I have limitations with finance, but it has never been said anywhere that it's only people with money that win elections. You know, because after people come together and say, okay, we believe in this person, they should. That's why I was telling you about people, the way people play politics. If you play politics because the country requires people like this, we can raise money to make sure they win.
Godson Okoye was the presidential flag bearer of the United Democratic Party in the last presidential election.
Lovely place, right?
Yes.
What's wrong? You don't look happy.
Take a look around. Why can't my hotel be like this?
I knew something was wrong, but I've got solution.
Solution? What?
Nanet.
Nanet?
Nanet offers you design solutions, building plans and construction, furnishing and equipping, financing, management, audit services, and many more services for a better hospitality business. Nanet, service with a smile.
Former military president General Ibrahim Babangida has declared support for the Social Democratic Party SDP. Speaking in the Mina at the weekend, when the national leadership of the party, led by its national chairman Chief Olufalaye, visited him, Babangida said the party had the zeal to deliver democratic dividend to the people. According to him, he would have joined the party if he was younger, adding that the vision he had for the country it is the same vision that is shared by the leaders of the SDP. He said, if I hadn't been too old, I would have loved to join the youth vanguard of your party. I have faith in the political party and for what it is and what it stands for. End of quote. Reactions have continued to trail President Buhari's declaration for second term in office. Senator Victor Ume, representing Anambra Central in the Senate, said the president has constitutional right to seek re-election. Speaking with journalists in his office Abuja, Senator Ume explained that president declaration is within the privilege given to him by the Constitution.
So it's a constitutional right. It's not something anybody will blame the president for exercising his full constitutional right. Our democracy is structured in a manner that when you are elected into office, you serve the people for a tenure, and when your term is running out, you can seek for a renewal of that term for a second term, maximum. Nobody goes for third term under our constitution. So the president has just is on the verge of serving out his first term, and is entitled to seek re-election. So nobody can blame him or attack him for exercising his constitutional right.
The senator criticized former President Olusegun Obasanjo for asking the incumbent president not to seek re-election. He explained that Obasanjo's statement was his personal opinion.
As a former president, he cannot tell someone not to seek to be re-elected. That Mr. President has merely declared his intention to seek re-election. It does not mean that he has been re-elected. He still has to go through a process to get the mandate to run the affairs of Nigeria for a second term of 4 years. You know, this is a declaration of intent, and he's entitled to it. If Obasanjo feels that he hasn't performed to his own satisfaction, Obasanjo is not representing the entire Nigerians. That is his opinion. And if he thinks that he has the force to mobilize to stop president from being re-elected, he's entitled to pursue that. You know, but he cannot say he will not seek re-election. There are people obviously who want Buhari to be re-elected, particularly those from his area. They want him to go for a second term. And democracy is about our using our votes to decide who leads us.
Victor Ume is the only senator elected on the platform of All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA) in the current 8th Senate. President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned those he said plundered the country. Buhari, in a reference to the People Democratic Party (PDP), said the nation's resources were wasted by previous government. He, however, assured that his government will do its best to justify Nigerian trust and confidence. The president spoke in London while receiving the Buhari Diaspora Support Organization led by Charles Ife Sylvester. He noted that Nigeria was gifted with tremendous human and natural resources, but regretted that failure of some of the leadership we had in the past led to our country not being able to capitalize on resources to improve the lot of the people, stating that the wicked people plundered the country and kept Nigerians poor. The president added that looking at the condition in which the current administration made the country without saving and the economy badly vandalized, we have not done too badly. President Buhari said the damage done to Nigerian economy in the years of plunder was massive, and that his government was doing its best to recover some of the loot. Noted that it was impossible to identify and recover all.